Hey Libra, welcome to August 2019. I have a cute gimmick this month where I'm pulling a card from this medicine cards deck, and I got for you Spider. Basically, Spider is in your life to tell you to journal more. She's kind of like, hey, remember when you were 13 and you like had a diary and you wrote about all your crushes all the time? Like, why aren't you doing that if you aren't doing it? And if you are, good for you. If you are, please go read your journal about all your crushes and like find the pattern, right? Like learn what you're doing because that'll help you immensely because you can be like, "Oh, I'm always obsessing over the future, trying to predict things, and there are so many plot twists in my journal that I can't even keep track of them all. So why do I always continue to try to predict the future when clearly my own records prove to me that something crazy is going to happen and I don't even know what it is. And like I'm going to trap some oh my god, this spider is so like this is like a thirst trap spider, but it just is. Yeah. It's like you're going to catch some like perhaps well we'll see. I don't know what you're going to catch in your web. I haven't pulled any cards. But definitely the spider is kind of like wanting you to write because Spider also like deals with like I guess Spider invented the alphabet or something, and like how pictures aren't necessarily always enough to tell a whole story. That like we need words and like to put language to things. So definitely, Father of Swords. I think this is also another card that speaks to writing out things. Kind of, you're gonna get some mental clarity, especially with like an owl. Holy shit! Like you're gonna see through some of like your own darkness. Like you're gonna just get I think this clarity with kind of keeping track of your own story. I think it's very important for you right now to really be kind of digesting and finding patterns in your story, but also just to be like maybe you're like writing down dreams too, is something I'm getting with this. That I think you're gonna get a lot of clarity and insight and kind of like um just yeah, just like clarity, like just knowing the truth, having some truth. Five of Pentacles. I think you're feeling a little bit. And last month's reading, I remember, was a little bit about you kind of like thinking about moving on from something. And it sounds like that's still kind of a lingering energy here of just some lament about something that didn't totally work out. Obviously, this card reminds me of Beauty and the Beast. Isn't this like the part of the movie where the Beast was throwing a tantrum? If not, forgive me. I'm not like a huge Beauty and the Beast fan. I just have seen it. Whatever. Five of Pentacles, you're feeling droopy and sad and kind of like, why does no one like me? The Star in reverse. Three of Wands. Eight of Wands. Son of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. Mother of Wands. Oh, Six of Wands. Ooh, Three of Swords. Well, obviously we should deal with the Three of Swords. Yeah, I think that for you, it seems like there's just been heaviness, heartbreak in the recent past, expectations, things that didn't work out, a leaving of something behind, possibly just a literal breakup, and I think that could leave you feeling like, who am I even? Like, I don't even know how to heal because I don't know, like, how I'm going to be this person without the old life that I was trying to have. Like, I think there's just a little bit of, because that was another thing actually, that spider, like, you can get trapped in webs of illusion. You can get trapped in your own weavings, right? Like, you can be so focused on something that you don't see what's, like, around it, like, on the outside of the web, or have been so fixated on, like, getting through ways that have been blocked off by webs, maybe, that you're like getting caught in, like there's just like kind of potentially, along with the spider, there's like a little bit of stickiness of the webs. Ew, creepy. But oh my god, 4th of July is apparently not over. I'm doing these readings in July. Whatever. It's August for you. Yeah, that's what I got with this. So, I mean, again, that might be, I feel, why journaling is so important, because I think that is how you can heal. You definitely need to heal. You need to not, I mean, it's okay if you've been stuck, but like if you are stuck, if you're stuck in this heartbreak and this like kind of misery, again, it sounds like you just aren't then fully in touch with your power, what you're capable of, and maybe also a little bit about how your own mind works and how maybe your own mind is kind of causing some of this. Because maybe some of this 5 of Pentacles is actually an illusion. Like when the Beast is throwing a tantrum, he still loves Belle or whatever, right? And like things still work out, but they're both feeling heartbroken at that point in the movie. And they're both feeling like all is lost. That's like all movies. It's just you're in your like dark night of the soul, kind of like all is lost moment and feeling like nothing's ever going to get better again. Why would I even wish on a star when fairy tales are bullshit? But then the spider's like, no, they're not bullshit. Just like you're the one telling the story. So just get clear on what that is. What are the things that keep you stuck? Or like, for example, if it really was a breakup, maybe that guy was just shitty, or girl, sorry, I'm making assumptions. Maybe that partner was just not the right one. And there's a portal through which you can jump to new opportunities, to a new life. Maybe by identifying some patterns of like your own, like maybe when you get some clarity by like figuring out your own story and like your own patterns, you can be like, oh, I can stop the behavior that keeps me stuck and like all of the stuff I don't want, and I can move forward very quickly. In fact, I can just literally leap through a portal of a new opportunity, a new direction, and it'll just be like this bolt of lightning, this like insight flash, like just of like, oh, this is how I can turn my life around. This is how I can kind of get back into my emotional groove and like start finding some love and start like being out there looking for love again, perhaps, or like looking for, I mean, I've got love. That's like what this feels like to me. It feels kind of like a breakup and then finding new love. Being on the road to healing, letting go of something that was like totally shitty, or just realizing that like there could have been miscommunication, but like it's like you, this month feels a lot about you journaling to like, yeah, journal your way to freedom, to emotional freedom. Because then once you know your part in things, it'll be just obvious. It'll be this like insight flash of like, I can move forward and this is how I'll move forward. And this is the you moving forward into like kind of being able to swim through new waters as a swan. And then this is you perhaps planting new seeds, 7 of Pentacles. So I don't get that this is like the tree has blossomed fruit yet, but like there's still a lot of promise of kind of like new beginnings, especially because you're maybe more aware. This is you maybe like making new webs, like getting out of the webs you were stuck in and making new webs to catch new abundance, weaving new webs. This is the freedom that comes from kind of the work you will have been doing this month of letting go of heartbreak, overcoming it, rising up victorious new. Because like also maybe this is you, choices you made when you were in caterpillar state, you know? And now here you are, this gorgeous, beautiful butterfly that can like fly away and go wherever she wants. Or yeah, I mean, to me this butterfly is a girl. Even if you're a boy, this one's a girl. Anyway, whatever. Mother of Wands, embracing your creativity. Snake, Kundalini, maybe it's like you kind of being in alignment with yourself, and being in alignment with yourself brings some like new creative opportunities. Yeah, so, I mean, I feel like your reading's kind of done. It's, like, essentially just about the patterns that you're caught in, and you becoming aware and identifying the patterns, and that helps you change things, make new choices, new paths that change everything rapidly, and then you can kind of, like, be exploring the new opportunities. It doesn't sound like, you know, with the Seven of Pentacles and the, Three of Wands, that it's, like, completely obvious what the answers are, but it's like it doesn't matter because you're seeking everything much more clearly. It's like you know how to be a spider a little bit better. You're not going to get caught in your own shit, your own webs, and you're going to be, yeah. Because, like, I think everything has, up to this point, been, like, a little bit burdensome. Ten of Wands. Like, just you taking on too much, maybe. And maybe that's why there was, like, that heartbreak and the things that didn't work out in the past. It's because you were, like, maybe there was, like, a little desperateness, honestly, I kind of get. But it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to, like, beat you. I don't want you to beat yourself up either for whatever it was. I guess I'm just saying, like, this feels like what you're leaving behind is just kind of the taking on too much. And then, yeah, I mean, you got the Mother of Wands and the Daughter of Wands, so I feel like it's just sort of you maybe getting away from whatever it was that wasn't working too is just, as you're weaving those new webs, maybe you're finding new patterns of how you want to weave webs. Like, you're finding kind of new creativity, because the daughter is the beginning, like, of that journey, and, like, the mother is kind of the like, mastery of your creative journey, to me. So, it's kind of like, in letting go, in pursuit of you becoming the Mother of Wands, you can kind of begin as the daughter. Am I making any sense? I'm channeling messages from divine angels. Yeah, and I got the Nine of Cups, which is the wish card. So I feel like this card, to me, is just saying, like, your wishes can come true. And to make a wish. Like, maybe the wish is kind of, like, what sets you on the journey. Because, like, beforehand, remember, we got, like, that star, and it was reversed, and it sounded like you didn't want to make a wish on a star. And I think this card is popping up to say, like, yes, please do. Because, like, you have a lot at your disposal, and so just don't, like, this whole, like, feeling like everything's falling apart, and well, I don't even know where it went. Whatever. We don't need to go back there into the past, is the point. Like, you can heal, and you can have some dreams come true. And it can come from you just kind of having, I think it has a little bit to do with some mental energy and some creative energy, but, like, where you're focusing your energy too, like, how you're, because, like, if you're focusing on this heartbreak, but maybe this heartbreak is actually, like, a really small part of your story. Like, maybe it's, this person was, I keep getting a person, so maybe that's what it is, but, like, they're inconsequential. They're not important, or they're like, wrong, and they're gonna apologize, and you don't need to beat yourself up and let that distract you. You don't need to take on the burden of, like, everyone else's shit. You really don't. Because that's their shit. You're not responsible for everyone else's feelings. A huge lesson to learn. So I hope that made a little bit of sense, but it just sounds like kind of, yes, there's a little, like, grumpiness, but I think if you can keep track of just your narrative, huge. I think that'll be huge. I think you might be underestimating the importance and power of being able to, like, see how your mind works and how you, because also, like, if you have a journal, I'm all about journals. If you have a journal and then you, like, you know, write it, you'll be like, oh, I remember that event. I know how I feel about that event that happened now, but when I wrote about it in the past, I felt X, Y, or Z way about it. Like, I felt really excited about something that now seems stupid, or I seemed really upset about something that ended up working out. So you get the clarity from your journal too of how you were reacting emotionally in a moment, and so then that can give you a little bit of pause in the present to be like, well, I have a track record of like reacting in a certain way when things pan out differently, maybe than how they feel like in a given moment. So I can have a little more mastery over my mind and my reactions, and that will help me to kind of channel and focus my energy to things that I want and to make wishes and believe in them enough to manifest them and have them come true. Phew. Great. Libra, perfect. That's all you get. Because that's the end of the messages. Alright. Love you. Hope you have a great August. Good luck kind of sorting through it all. I'm sure you can. Bye.